everybody, my name is Brittany and I am currently an RBT studying to be a BCBA. I am starting this channel in an effort to document my journey throughout my ABA experience and to kind of share my trials and successes and struggles and hopefully be helpful in your journey as well. So a little bit about me. I started in this field when I was a sophomore in college, so about 18 years old. I joined the Rutgers College Support Program. Amazing program. Here's a description of my video. And from the college support program, I was able to work and mentor college students with autism. And you know, they're high functioning, they're great, they're smart, they're intelligent. They just needed some help in terms of social aspects, organizational aspects, and just really, you know, branching out. The spectrum ranged from people with Asperger's to people with autism. So I had a mentee that actually did become an advocate for people on the spectrum, which is amazing. He joined a fraternity because I was in a sorority, and he really felt like that was something that he needed as well. So I was able to help him, guide him through that whole process and into a brotherhood. And we actually were in the past video that I just linked you to, and we talked about the program and we talked about the great things that it does. My other mentee needed a little bit more help in terms of social aspect, and so I was really the one that was helping him to organize his schoolwork, to really exercise with him, and to become his friend. It's kind of hard because for some kids, meeting with their mentor is the only social interaction that they have the whole week. So it's really important for mentors to stay in contact with their mentees. And the great thing is that once you become a mentor, you never stop. Like, you know, you'll continue and you'll always be a part of it. My other mentee, the one that needed the more social and exercise and keeping on task, he actually got invited to his old mentor's wedding. So that was really awesome to hear. Following that semester, so I started that my sophomore fall semester. So my sophomore spring semester, I started working at a in-home therapy group. And that was where I got my first taste in really like ABA. The sophomore fall semester, I also did fieldwork into autism at Rutgers University. So that was where I got my actual first taste. I worked with the Douglas Developmental Disability Center, and that was where they taught me ABA the way they do it. And for me, I feel like Douglas is very black and white on ABA. So they'll classically train you on it, so you know like all the principles, how it's supposed to be implemented, and how to do it correctly. But my personal opinion is ABA is like ice cream. There's a lot of different varieties of it, a lot of different ways to implement it. But Douglas for sure only does scientifically proven interventions, such as discrete child training, incidental teaching, etc. So nothing like massages or sensory things like that, or oxygen tanks. Those have been proven as pseudoscience or not proven at all. Very important. So I got the training from Douglas for a semester, and then I went off to work in an in-home therapy. And that was where I was able to actually be my own therapist and implement plans the way that, in a more creative fashion for me, because in Douglas it was very discrete trial where it's you set it up, you take it out, you set it up, you run the trial, etc., etc. But in my in-home therapy, I was able to be more creative and kind of link together different programs in a more simultaneous manner, and that really got me into ABA. I had a great BCBA. She really talked me through a lot of programs, she helped me train, and it really got me to think what I wanted to do with my life, and that's when I decided I really wanted to be an ABA person. Then she left and a new BCBA came in, and I was really shocked at how less trained she was and less experienced she was, and the things that she was bringing to this client I just did not agree with. And that was when I realized I wanted to be a BCBA so that I wouldn't be providing that type, so that people with autism wouldn't be getting that type of a service, if that makes sense. Like when she came in, she didn't check his past program. She didn't check what he had mastered, what he had learned, and I was like, no, that's not something that I want to do. And as an ABA therapist at the time, I felt helpless, but as a BCBA, I knew I'd be able to make more of an impact. So that's when I decided to be a BCBA. Fast forward, I've been doing it for a couple years, and then I decided that I wanted to go get my master's in ABA. I originally wanted to do special education, but then taking a couple education courses, I realized education was not for me because it wasn't working directly with the student and making sure that they got their own personal plans, own personal goals met. So I went to ABA and I went to the University of Kent, and that was where I got most of my experience or like knowledge of ABA from. It was an intensive 1-year course, so it's different from the United States. It was all the way in England too. It was 1 year rather than the 2 years here in the States. And the 2 years in the States, they offer also practicum training. So they offer the hours that you would need to become a BCBA. So I decided to do my coursework in England, come back, work, and get my coursework here. I mean my my hours here. And as of now, the BCBA is requiring that you complete a certain number of coursework and 15 hours of supervision. If you're doing the intensive route, it's only 750 hours of supervision. So that's changing in 2022, I believe, to about 2,000 hours. So it's a lot. It's a long time, and you can only get 130 hours a month. So it's a lot. I've been to multiple companies, I guess, in this whole time frame. I think I've been in this field for about like 5-6 years. So I've been through multiple companies. I've seen multiple BCBAs and I've seen multiple ABA therapists, RBTs, and I can honestly say that this is the field for me. This is what I want to do. This is what I love, and this is the change that I am hoping to make in this world. Thank you and welcome.